I know a lot of you have an interest in investment properties, but you also have a lot of questions, and really good questions too. What properties are the best properties to invest in? Airbnb versus getting a tenant, a local tenant? Are we doing long-term rentals, short-term rentals? What's best? Should we invest in upgrading your property? Should I get a fixer-upper? Should I buy something that's new? Whew. Well, I brought all of your questions to this lady here. If she looks familiar, this is Lisa Coyle. She is a realtor, she is a property manager, but most importantly, she's my property manager. So I don't hear killing two birds with one stone, and I'm making sure to have her answer all your questions. It is a wide-ranging conversation. It might end up being two conversations, who knows? But for right now, I'm Kelly Johnley, and this is Bajan Renovation. Lisa, a lot of people are talking about property as an investment. From where you sit, is property a good investment if you're buying a property to put it into the rental market?
Yes, but remember, this is not a hare race. This is a turtle race. Slow and steady wins the race.
You gotta break that down to me, because we live in HGTV land where we buy this house in January, it's rented in March, and we are rich after that. What is it really like behind the scenes?
No, the misconception is you set it and leave it.
Okay.
Absolutely not. The first thing I would say that not every property goes up in value. So you have to choose right. Okay? So once you choose right, and there are many things you fall on, and we will take you through. When I say we, you, whoever your clients or whoever use, rent does not always cover the mortgage.
Okay.
So have to be prepared for that. You don't want the bank to come knocking on your door. The bank needs to have their money. That's the first thing you do when you get rental income. People say, let's make passive income.
There's nothing passive about a house.
Passive income, to me, I have never made passive income. If you get passive income, please, my number is 2. But no, it's not passive income. So it's not set and forget, as I said.
So when you say, all right, so we talk about passive income a lot in the financial literacy space. What is it about rental properties that make them not passive? Because I hear it so often that I try to tell people, no. If you want to make an extra $500 a month, please do something else, not this.
Correct.
Why is rental property not passive income from your perspective?
Well, you have to put in a lot.
Yes.
And when I say a lot, you have to put in some. You got to have some skin in the game, okay? And the bank with the mortgage, so you are indebted to the bank. It sometimes feels like a ball and chain, but you don't have to wear it forever. And every year that passes, the chain gets, the ball gets a little lighter, okay? But at the end of the day, you have that equity, okay? But it takes time to build. So it's not passive in that to make the extra $500. And why is it hard? You ask me to
basically. I expect the answer is the maintenance, but I'll let you say it.
Yes. And there are many different balls are up in the air when you're renting.
Tell me, what are some of these balls?
Okay, so the first thing is you have this property. You have $400,000, $500,000, and that's on the low end when if you've done your renovations, whatever, you got your furniture, you're ready to go. Finding the right tenant.
Find the right tenant.
Okay, and when I find the right tenant, we do a little bit of a screening, we do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, okay? You might have to lower your rent for the right tenant, a little bit. But the right tenant is better than the wrong tenant, because when your wrong tenant leaves, and you have to paint the whole house and repair furniture and your security deposit does not cover it, you're in doo-doo.
Yes.
And you know what? You learn from it. You get them out as fast as possible, move on. You learn from it, you see what you did wrong, you fix it, and you go again. The other balls are up in the air. The everyday, consistent, maybe calls.
Yes.
Hot water not working. As a manager, I try to save my clients money. I'm not going to call the plumber. I'm going to go over there, and this is where you as an owner, if you're managing, you learn. If you're not managing, you have your right manager. Why is it not working? It can be, Kelly, that it didn't turn on the switch because it's been an overcast day. They don't understand it. My sink is
it's a day-to-day. We call it people maintenance sometimes, not even the money.
It's a people maintenance.
And then on top of that, you have your insurance.
And then on top of that, you have your insurance. You have your house maintenance. You have your everything else that comes. Mowing the lawn. Why is the lawn not mowed? You know, like different things like that. So it is not passive.
And it is a long term.
And it is a long term. Remember, turtle,
it's not hair. So I think we had touched on this before we started the interview. You have to have a tolerance, and part of it, as you said, is financial tolerance, simply because the investment usually is significant upfront. And whatever money you're making, as we had said, this can't be your light bill money. This can't be money that you have that you need right now to cover the day-to-day. Can you expand on that just a little bit for me?
Tolerance is many things. You can tolerate financial, and you understand it. You may not want to tolerate tenants, and I know that for many owners, they don't want to hear toilets not flushing or something similar to that. So tolerance is many different things, right? But you also need to be able to tolerate that if your house isn't rented. Can you tolerate that?
Yes.
Do you have a backup plan, and for how long? And that also comes in with what. Remember, I said I would interview the client before. So, do you have that tolerance to have vacancy for 3 months? If that happens, and it can, we have to be ready for it. Or we have to have that rental money put aside for 3 months. I like a 3-month hold. I always tell people
Lisa likes to hold money for emergencies. Go ahead, Lisa.
Yes, when my owners have money in their retainer, I explain to them their money is there, but I don't want them to take it because we have this to do, and rent is not going to be coming in from July or August or September because we now need to find another tenant. If we don't find another tenant, we need to be planning for that. So tolerance is planning in every different aspect.
Right.
And if you have a good property manager or a good advisor or a good bank manager or whatever, put the right people, put your team. You need your right team in place.
Yes.
And if you have your right team in place, it will be a lot smoother. And this all comes with learning.
It's something that I'm glad you had said it, because I find that the conversation around acquiring property is fairly well developed. You know, we know you go to the bank, you pay X amount, the keys are in your hand. So you can get that information from a lot of people. But you see that tolerance thing? People don't talk about it after, because same thing you said, it is the hare and the tortoise. We see things that are so fast, we don't see the everyday. We don't see if the property is not rented for 3 months for whatever reason. We don't see if there's a major plumbing issue and the tenant has to come out. We don't see these things, but we gloss over them so fast. But all of these things are an expense. They're either the emotional expense and the time it takes you away from whatever you have to do. If you work a 9 to 5, your tenant calls you and you gotta come down and deal with this. Do you have a life that can accommodate that kind of sporadic, call to arms? Or your property manager calls and tells you that the water heater is not working. True story. A tenant is not going to sit without hot water indefinitely. And all of these are things that, even if you can't address them fully, when you're going into an investment property, understand that they will come.
Yes, when people buy in, so let's say buy in a fixer-upper.
Yes.
You have to have your spreadsheet and you think, I can spend $50,000 fixing this. Never happens. I have a column, it's called the oh shit column.
I like that.
It happens.
Yes.
So add a 10 or a 15% because you are going to find things. Similarly, when you have a house that you're renting, that column still exists. It never disappears, right? So, and you said something about calling your property manager. People say, do you need it? Oh, it's more of an expense. Build it in, right? So is your time, you're a professional at what you do and all the things you do. And I know there are you have 10 things you do, right? Is your time worth it calling a plumber? Or do you put the right person in place to call a plumber? So that's why I say team is important too. and the right people.
A question that I get often, I have my personal preferences which I will share. Which is better, long-term or short-term rentals?
Everybody buys a property. Say, I am going to do Airbnb.
Listen.
Make a lot of money.
Listen.
I smile. And the reason I smile is because I do it. Anything I will discuss with you, chances are I have done it. If I haven't done it, I'm going to do it and learn about it and tell you about it. How it goes. Right? Because I can't help it, right? YouTube, Chat, GPT are wonderful things, just by the way. So everybody wants Airbnb. Not for the faint of heart, right? That's a whole different animal, okay?
So why is it not for the faint of heart? Because a lot of people, I'm buying a rental property, I'm putting it into Airbnb. Sounds simple enough. Why is this not for the faint of heart? So I know why it's not for the faint of heart. You ain't gonna catch me with that.
I know, but you would never do that. You could never do that.
But it's still a valid choice for some people.
No, I mean, and it can work.
It can work.
You just have to, again, that tolerance. Who are you?
Yes.
Right? Are you someone that can take on those calls, the consistent questions? On Airbnb, you put everything there. You put the pictures, you put how it looks, you put how to open the safe, you put no one reads. No one reads. You get the call, I can't get any apartment. Well, this is your 4-digit code, right? And you try and put things in place that makes life simple, but doesn't mean it makes life simple. I only have 2 towels. Well, the other 2 towels are in the cupboard. So you're going to get consistent questions from your Airbnb people, and you have to be consistently a good host.
Yes.
Because on Airbnb, VRBO or Verbo, however you want to pronounce it, you have to have your checks and balances, which is great because your host is trying to do the best for you, which gives you service to give their 5-star rating, and the guest is trying to do the best so that they get a 5-star rating so that they can book other properties, right? But it's not for the faint of heart because it's a lot of work.
So from my perspective, or just not from my perspective, from my experience, right, which is why I know this is not for me, you can definitely make more money with a short-term rental, whether it is you turning your property every 3 nights or every 3 weeks. But that is really what makes it a job. And I think what people miss is that Barbados is, for the most part, a tourist destination. You have to keep in mind why people want to rent your property in Barbados. They are still very much coming to Barbados not solely to work from their house. They are looking for an experience, and because your name is host, you are a part of that experience. I tell people, let the hotel industry do hotel work here.
Correct.
You become a little micro hotelier. Now, I know some people who love it. They're happy to be on call. They're happy to do the turnover. It takes nothing off of them. But I think it surprises people who get blinded by the numbers what the maintenance of a property is. As you said, you might have 2 towels. When you have somebody coming back in 2 days or the next night, you need 4 towels. You need 8 towels. You need to strip the sheets. And Airbnb clean and house clean is 2 different things. I like my life as a landlord with a property manager in between. I am not a host.
Well, the property manager is a buffer. And I will tell you in all honesty, a lot of times I may not always call you. I may not always call my owners because I know what you want. I know what you like and I know what you don't like. But then the tenant calls me and I say, okay, I'll speak to the landlord. I don't speak to the landlord. I know already what's going to happen.
What the answer is.
Right? So, but I give a little and I call back and you may or may not even hear about it because I have your interests at heart, right? But for the Airbnb, yes, it can be for everyone. And yes, you're 100% right. It's experience. And you know what people love? And you said the hotel industry, let them do their hotel business. Yeah. Absolutely. But you will notice in hotels too, people that come back year after year, and this is what you want to build. You want to build your repeat clients. Because guess what? When you have your repeat clients, you have to not look for anyone new.
Yes.
And then they know the drill. They know the plan. They know you, and you build relationships with your clients. And that's what's important. With Airbnb, with owners, with tenants, you build those relationships. And then what happens is people love to know about you.
Yes.
You are private. I have other owners, they don't even want people to know that they own the property. Yes. Their name doesn't even go on the lease, right? But people will come up, oh, I remember you from last year on Airbnb, and you did this, and I like to know, well, oh, they like rum punch, oh no, they like red wine, or they like flowers, or They like that. They like to be known.
And that is what I think the Airbnb experience has created.
100%.
I could tell you all. I think Lisa has given me 3 tenants. I have not met one. I am not a host. I don't think I don't believe I have met them. No, I have not met them. I don't know what
a lot of my owners haven't met the tenants. Sometimes they don't even know. The only reason they know is
a name on the lease.
Is a name on the lease, and 90% of the time they collect their own rent. I don't collect rent for every owner because I like to make sure your house is all nice and tidy and in order. But they don't need
but
to.
It goes back to what you said about tolerance, and sometimes when you get into the investment property game, you don't know what you can tolerate outside of fiscally, outside of knowing that you pay the bank, you don't know what you can tolerate. So I always tell people, if they want to do rentals and they want to do the Airbnb, commit to trying it short term. Say that you're going to do this for 6 months. You may love it, right? But you will love the money if you are ever so blessed as to only have people who are very low need, low demand. Consider yourself a fairy. The rest of us know, right? That then belong at the Hilton.
The right tenant, and they may start off right, and I would pause that to say, if you start wrong, you end wrong.
Okay.
So I've had people that come in a property and say, oh my gosh, my money's short because I didn't get paid last month. So when you start with that, stop right now.